Hey friends, it's Lisa with Hand Stamped with Lisa Prado. Thanks for joining me today. It's Tag Tuesday. Tag Tuesday. I know that tag is supposed to sound like cat. That just doesn't work. I got that Midwest accent coming out and it is tag, bag. Yeah, it is what it is. But I'm here to share with you some really darling holiday inspired tags. So before I start, I actually have some bonus tags for you as well. It is my brother's birthday was actually Sunday, and so we are going to dinner tonight, and we have another person joining us who their birthday is later in the week. So I was like, okay, I want to bring a little something, and so let me show you. Let me turn my camera around. Let me show you the two things that I made. So this first one, so this is just a darling little red. Ooh, I don't want to. Red candle in this really pretty holder. I thought it was so pretty. And then I just made a little tag on there that says it's your birthday. And if you look on there, I used the copper paper and made and cut out, did a little die cut of those leaves. I thought it was so pretty because if your birthday's in November, you don't want to start getting Christmas things, right? Like it's like keep your birthday separate from Christmas. That's what I think. There's no twofers. And so I thought it was really, really cute. I thought it was a great candle they could use for the holidays, but still on their own. And then for my brother, I got him a really nice bottle of wine. And this is the little gift tag that I did for it. I love this because on the back of this is that beautiful floral paper, but from the front, it feels very masculine, right? It has like those pinstripes and stuff. And then I just went with a couple of greens, a few more leaves on there, and then I just did a little fussy cut happy birthday. But I thought those were so cute. So my gifts for today with my gift tags, I'm so excited. So I have kind of a go-to for gifting when I go to someone's house and they're hosting a get-together or a party or something like that. I love to bring gifts for their pets. I think it's something that people really appreciate, but they don't like, they're going to get a ton of bottle of wines. They're going to get the candles, right? They're going to get all those things, but gifts for their pets, come on now. That's pretty good, right? And so luckily we have a couple of things in our repertoire right now that work really, really well. So let me show you what I'm going to be playing with. I'm going to be working with the Jolly Delivery stamp set. It has this little special delivery, and then it's got these little paws. So cute. So dogs and cats. I know I could also bring things for the cats, but I don't bring things for the cats. I'm a dog person, so that is what I bring. So let me show you what I'm going to start with. I have a clear cellophane bag, and then I have, oh, don't break it, Lisa. I have these really darling little gingerbread dog treats. Isn't that so cute? Love, love, love that. So these are what I'm going to use, and I'm just going to put them in this clear bag. And so I'm just going to stack them kind of 2 by 2. And I got these at Home Goods. You guys, I've talked about that before. Home Goods is like the best place to stock up on all of your like holiday hostess gifty things that you know you're going to need, because why would you just not be prepared for that? That is my thought. So look at how cute that is. Oh my gosh, so darling. So that is the package that they're going to sit in. And what we're going to do now is we are going to create that gift tag. And so I did some of it ahead just for sake of ease. First thing I did is I just, with my die cut, I cut out this little banner. So that's going to be part of our gift tag. So we've got that right there. And then I have used so much of this designer series paper. So this is the paper. It's got the dogs, right? And so when you get this designer series paper, several of the sheets have little punch outs, but I have created so many projects with this designer series paper set that I have no more dogs to punch out. I have no more dogs. I have used them all. I have created so many things with these darling little dogs. So I just did a little fussy cut of one of the dogs. So I just did a little fussy cut of him because I've used all the ones that I could have been using, but I just used them up. I used them up, so we had to go with something else. So I've got that little guy. I've got my banner. I've got my little dog. I am going to take my 1 3/4 inch punch, and I'm just going to give myself a little circle here. So we'll punch that guy out. Put that back in there. Put this guy away. Keeping things clean when you're stamping multiple projects, not my specialty. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp on that little circle. That is where I'm going to start. And so I've got real red and then pecan pie. Pecan, not pecan. I am You know how all of that goes. So I'm going to use the special delivery. I'm going to use that in red. So I'm going to stamp that. And I'm going to stamp that right on that white circle. Special delivery, so cute. And then it has those little paws stamps. And so I'm going to go ahead and take that in that pecan pie. And I'm just going to go ahead and create a couple little paw prints on there as well. And then I'm going to take that cute little dog. Like I said, I did have to fussy cut it. It did not take long. It was actually pretty easy. So I might go through and fussy cut all of the dogs out of there just so that I'm ready for when I want to be making something else. And I'm just going to go ahead and put him on there like that. So I've got that little white circle that I'm going to use on my tag as well. And so I'm just going to put him up there. So I think I'm going to go with a little bit of adhesive here. And I'm going to go ahead and pop him right there. Now I felt like that tag needed just a little something more, and so I've got this piece of, it's this really beautiful white and blue dotted. You can see the background is that other part of the designer series paper. I'm just using the other side. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this green part. And I'm going to go ahead and stick it right on here. I just wanted to give a little bit more heft to this tag so that it wasn't just that banner. And so I've got that little guy there now. All right, if you were my scissors, where would you be? This might be a whole thing here if I cannot find my scissors. All right, we're going to take a timeout. Talk amongst yourselves for 2 seconds while I grab another scissors. Oh, Lisa. Well, you knew it was inevitable. By making more than one project, I'm probably going to have some chaos where I can't find something, right? So I actually have a paper snip here that I need to open. So let me open that really quick. Look, it even has the guard on it. You know how that's new because this guard will be gone by the end of my crafting today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little guy and I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to cut it at the same angle of that banner. And so it just gives it a little bit more, like I said, a little bit more heft to it, a little bit more oomph to it. So we're going to take that and then I'm going to just go ahead and punch a little hole in here. So I love the idea of giving things to the pets. I just think it's really fun. Everybody loves their pets the most, right? We love our pets, and so it works really, really well. So I'm just I'm folding that cellophane over, and I'm gonna just use a little bit of tape. I tried to use the adhesive that we have. The adhesive just doesn't hold that very well, so I just taped it in the back. It works just as well. And so I've got my tag here, and then I went ahead and have a piece of that designer series paper from that same set, and I'm just going to go around with the red checked. And so here I am going to just pull on my adhesive, and we're going to go ahead and just make a little belly band for that. So it just is a really cute little belly band, makes it really easy. And then I'm going to come in with some of that green ribbon. It's that shaded spruce ribbon that has the gold on the sides. I just think it's so pretty. And so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to tie a knot. We're going to tie it right up on top. So I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm already behind. I was chatting with a friend today and they're like, oh, I've done all my shopping. I'm wrapping today. And I was like, I literally have like almost nothing. I have almost nothing bought and I'm usually very far ahead, but it's not even Thanksgiving yet. I think I'm still okay. But then I get nervous when other people are so far ahead, right? Then it just makes me nervous. Like I'm like, oh gosh, should I be that far ahead? But I don't know. I kind of like to wait till there's snow on the ground and it feels Christmassy and stuff like that. We are going to wait. I've got 2 little trees up, but we are going to wait and put the rest of the stuff up after Thanksgiving because I'm hosting Thanksgiving this year. And I always feel like it's kind of weird to be hosting Thanksgiving with your trees up. Now, if that is your jam, I am here for you to be like, you do you, girl, like whatever works for you. But I do feel like if I'm hosting, I don't know if I really want to have my tree up already. My daughter is very, very opinionated on the fact that we should not have any Thanksgiving things up or any Christmas things up before Thanksgiving. So I'm like, well, you have your own house now. You can do you. And I will do what I want. But I think I am going to wait. I think I want my outside to have that really pretty fall feel. My table to have that pretty fall feel. And I just think it'd be weird if there was like, hey, here's also a Christmas tree, right? Kind of odd, if you ask me. So that is what we're doing. So we'll be doing it the weekend after will be the Mad Dash. So look at how cute that is. Look at how cute that is. Those little dog treats, little special delivery with that little puppy on there. Obsessed. I think that is so darling. Highly recommend bringing dog treats to your friends when they are hosting, if they have dogs, obviously. But that is one of the tags that I have for you. And I have another one today as well. So let me put that box out of the way and come and show you another one that I have. So this one, we are going to use traditional labels. I love this season's greetings. I mean, there's such good things on here. 'Tis the season, sending love and joy, I mean, look at how cute that is. I love this stamp set. I love words, so that's always really good for me. And then we're also going to use the Light and Wonder dies. I want to show you what's in here. So honestly, I was a little intimidated when I first opened this. I don't do a lot of scenery cards. To me, they just feel like a lot. And so when I opened this up and I was like, scenery, I got a little nervous, and I will play with this one. I will definitely play with it a little bit more and share with you what I come up with. But I was a little nervous about this one. But the one that I picked out of it is I picked this one here. And so what it does is it creates this cutout. And so you put it on the end of your paper like this, and then it cuts out. So you put it on the end of your paper like this, and then it cuts out and then leaves this part so you have a little scenery at the bottom. So I was like, okay, that's super cute. I think I would be able to use that and not be too intimidated by it. So let me show you what I came up with for that. Get all my pieces out here. All right, so we've got that. Oh, there's that. There they are. They're hiding on me underneath my little gift. So this is a really pretty tea towel. So I thought it comes in a set of 3. When I was at Home Goods, I came in a set of 3, but I thought one of them will be such a perfect little hostess gift or a little gift for somebody. So I separated them out, and so I'm using this one on this particular project. So let me show you what I did. I cut out that green part using that die. So if you look at it again, right, when we looked at that, you set it here, and then it cuts out what is on the bottom, and that's the part that you're going to use. And so we've got that little part there. And so if I show you how we're going to do that, we're going to take this piece, and this piece of white cardstock is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, which seems to be the perfect fit. Look at that, for those trees to fit on there. So I was like, ooh, that gives me an idea. And so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that and I'm going to cut it so it fits. And we're going to adhere that to that piece of white. Now when I adhere it, I'm going to adhere it a little bit higher because I'm going to create a layered look. And so I just put a little bit of adhesive on there, and I'm just putting it up a little bit higher so you can see where that white is showing through there. And then I'm going to take this one that's left, and I'm going to come in with a couple of dimensionals on the bottom. I'm going to go with those mini dimensionals just because it is a little bit finer, and I don't want those dimensionals showing through. So I'm just going to pull those little stickies off, and I'm going to put this right at the bottom. So do you see how that makes that really nice little winter scene, right? And then we're just going to snip that little guy off there. Ooh, right into my red. Okay, well, that was not a good idea. But anyway, so do you see how that adds just that really pretty dimension there? So, so pretty. So we're going to put that tag aside. And then the next thing I'm going to use is that Traditional Labels stamp set also comes with a Traditional Labels die set. And when we open that up, we've got all of these really beautiful labels. And I used this one with a little scrap of white. And this is what it creates, just that really pretty little banner. I'm so curious as to what this is all about. This is separated there. So if anyone knows, tell me what that's about. But we are going to go with that. And then I'm going to use the Season's Greetings stamps. So they come in a set. So those two come together so that they fit perfectly on here. And you don't have to worry about your placement with them because they're designed to fit on there just like that. So you don't have to worry about, oh, am I getting this one in the right place? Am I getting that one in the right place? So really easy there. So I'm going to go ahead with a few more dimensionals. We're going to put some dimensionals on the back of this guy. Peel those off. And I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to go ahead and place it on there a little bit diagonal. Isn't that so cute? Like so ridiculously super easy, but so, so darling. Now this I think needs a little bling. I feel like we've got like night sky, so I feel like we need to have a little bit of bling up top to pull that all together. So look at how cute that is. So super fun. So we're going to put that one aside. And we're going to come in with this really beautiful real red ribbon. It's got a little bit of sparkle on one side and then it's matte on the other. And all I'm going to do is take that tea towel that I have. I'm going to go ahead and roll it up. Now, if you are going somewhere and you're like, gosh, that tea towel doesn't feel like enough of a hostess gift, you could always put it with a basket of something really cute. I love the other thing that I love to give right now is some really good flaky salt. If you have someone who loves to cook, flaky salt, really, really fun. Or a really good olive oil can be a really great gift too, something that feels a little bit special. And so we're just going to put that on there like that. So we've just given that a little bit of a bow. And you can see we're just going to go this way. So I've got my Season's Greetings and I'm just going to put a little hole punch in there. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to tie a bow on, and then I like to use one of my linen threads, one of my fancy threads, to actually tie my little tag on. I think that that just gives it a little bit something extra when you have that really pretty ribbon. But sometimes it's hard to get through the little hole that you have for your tags. So we're just going to go ahead and tie that one in there. And there you have it. Look at how cute that is. That little gift tag. And like I said, I love the dimension on that tag. I think it's so, so pretty. So really, really fun, really easy. So some really fun ideas for you guys today. I would love to know what is your favorite one. But I feel like I'm starting to get ready. I'm starting to get ready for all of the gifting things for this season. I've got a little stash there. So when it comes time to go to a party, I know that I can just grab something and go, and I don't have to wait and panic right in the last minute. So, all right, that is what I have for you today. Thanks so much for joining me. I love that you are here. I love to hear what you guys are most interested in. And so have a great day. Make it a good one, and we'll chat with you soon.